Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Alex and this is Tech Flow. So yesterday evening, Apple took the stage and unveiled the brand new iPhone 7 amongst some other awesome devices. But for this video, we're going to focus straightly on the iPhone 7, go over its features, what we think of it, and whether you guys are going to be buying it. Let's get into the first feature. That first feature being the looks. Now, Apple have killed off the space grey of the iPhone 6 and 6S and 5S for that matter and replaced it with just black. Now, I think this is absolutely gorgeous, and this is probably going to be the phone that I'm going to pick up just because it just looks sort of like ninja stealthy. It just looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous. They've introduced a brand new colour scheme called Jet Black, and this is pretty much a fingerprint magnet. It's a fingerprint magnet, and that is all it is. But this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks like the screen is connected all the way around the edge of the phone. But from what I've heard, it's just not that good in person, and Apple have said that it could scratch, and we know that it can pick up fingerprints. And Apple have advised that people wear a case on this. I don't see why anyone would get this phone. And obviously you've got the standard silver, gold and rose gold models to choose from. So, all in all, 5 colours. But from what I've heard, you should stay away from the jet black. Not a good option in my opinion, from what I've heard. Now, the other thing that's changed as far as looks are concerned is the antenna band. It's pretty much invisible on this phone. And talking about the antenna band on the rear of the phone, we've got the camera, which has also seen a major upgrade and looks a little bit different. Now, this is where things get a little bit more interesting because we've got a totally different camera on the 7 Plus to the standard 7. We'll get onto that in a second. Apple have added optical image stabilization to the iPhone 7. Now, this was only usually available on the Plus models in the 6 series. Now, optical image stabilization is going to be available in the 7 and 7 Plus. Now, the camera has received an upgrade in its f-stop. We can now see an f-stop of 1.8, which lets 50% more light into the sensor and helps you get a nice blurred depth of field when taking photos. Still that same 12 megapixel sensor though, but really in a smartphone that's more than enough. What Apple have done is really intelligent. It's changed the color. Now Apple shoots in a wider color gamut, which is absolutely awesome, so you can really see those skin tones and colors pop when taking photos. And in the upcoming months, Apple are also introducing a feature called Portrait. Now, if you take your photos in this portrait mode, it's going to put a 3D map over the person you're taking a photo of, keep them in focus and blur out the background. Looks pretty cool. We'll see how that works when it comes out though. Now, the big difference is between the 7 and the 7 Plus, and it looks different as well. We've actually got 2 lenses on the back of the 7 Plus. One of them being a telephoto lens and one of them being the standard wide lens. And this is Apple's shot of taking on the smartphones industry of being able to zoom in properly with your camera. So pretty much with some clever software, hardware cooperation, when you zoom in, it's going to automatically change between the 52mm lens and the ultra-wide lens on the 7 Plus, so that it's pretty much optical zoom. Now, obviously, there's some hardware trickery going on in here, and there's obviously going to be a little bit of digital going on as well, but it's a step in the right direction. Talking about a step in the right direction, in my opinion, the removal of the headphone jack in the iPhone 7 series was a step in the right direction, and I was paying really close attention to the keynote when they were on stage talking about this because I wanted to see how they presented it to the audience and to everybody watching, and they did an absolutely phenomenal job, and to be honest, they couldn't be more correct. So your standard 3.5mm headphone jack is an analog connection. It's been around for so many years, and Apple have said that it takes up a majority of space inside the phone, which is totally acceptable. And if we're going to want features like these awesome new cameras, better processors, better battery life, all of these things take up space inside the phone, and having an old 3.5mm headphone jack is taking up a rather large chunk of space inside the phone where we could have something else which is going to improve the phone, like a better battery life, different things like that. So in the box, Apple are including a Lightning to 3.5mm headphone jack in the box, which is brilliant. You don't have to buy it separately. And if you do lose it and you do want to buy one separately, it's only around $8, which isn't too bad at all. Apple are also including a pair of Lightning earpods in the box as well. But where Apple really took us all by storm was the creation of the new wireless earpods. Now these look like something from the future. I just didn't see Apple doing this at all, but these are literally earpods that are wireless. You put them in each ear, there's not a cable that connects them at all. You just put them in each ear, you get 5 hours of music, and they come with a little charging case which can charge them up to 12 hours of playtime, which is absolutely awesome, and they'll be available as well in the next few months. So what do you guys think about the headphone jack situation? Do you think Apple have done a good job, or do you think they should have just kept the thing? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now we're going to see a battery increase in this phone. I don't think it's a battery increase. I think it's just things like the camera sensor and the processor in this phone not using as much power. I think the battery is pretty much staying the same. But what we are seeing is a more powerful but energy efficient processor. It's a 4-core processor called the A10, and it's 40% faster than what's in the iPhone 6s. And I can tell you, this phone is no slouch. So this next phone, the iPhone 7, is going to be absolutely rubber dingy. So guys, what do you think about the new iPhone 7? Let me know in the comment section down below, and also let me know on QT. I'll drop a link in the description to a thread if you guys want to start some discussion on there. I've created a whole page for the iPhone 7 so you guys can chat to each other about it on QT. I'll put a link in the description. But are you guys going to be picking it up? Yes or no? And if you are, what colour are you going to get it in? Apple have also said they're going to get rid of the 16GB models, which was very overdue, so no more 16GB phones, hooray. But that was it. As far as the iPhone 7 is concerned, those were the main things. My name's been Alex, you guys have been informed, and I'll see you in the next TechFlow video. Adios.